Yo, welcome to Containing Luxury. On today's episode, we are actually going to be covering why we even got into this, where we're going with our channel, and what the idea is behind where we're headed. So, why we got into building container homes. I was actually out in Park City, Utah on a ski trip, and I look at real estate everywhere I go. I found that it was insanely expensive for even like a tiny sliver of land. It was super expensive. It was $1 million for virtually nothing. So I got to thinking, and I was like, okay, so where do all the people live that work at the restaurants, the car dealerships, virtually anyone in the service industry, or that has a regular job and isn't a multimillionaire? There really wasn't a solution. And I started asking people when we were out to dinner or where we were going places, and their answer was a bunch of us chip in together and we rent a house. So I was like, man, it would be cool if we could have something that was affordable, energy efficient. So then I got on and started Googling around. And what I came across on YouTube, it's not to say that there's not great container channels, and I think more have popped up since this first crossed my mind. But in my eyes, when first Googling around, I found nothing. There was no information as to what it actually cost and what went into building a container house. And if anything, it was more clickbait. It was showing me this elaborate, super, modern, cover your little one's ears, but badass, house. I'm a general contractor, so I know what these things cost. And I'm looking at a glass wall and I'm like, that's a $10,000 glass wall. And you're gonna try and tell me that you have this, this clickbait image on the front that says, luxury container home for $5,000. And it's like, okay, no, that's not the case. There was nothing. So, we started kind of brainstorming the idea of, man, in our free time, we should come up with a channel, and it just looks really fun. Let's build a container home. And I never thought it was going to turn into what it has. And now that we've completed one container home, we never really thought about getting into manufacturing. We never had that in our mind, that it was like, oh, we're going to make a bunch of money off this channel, that we're going to, use this as advertisement, which we've seen some people chime in on. I think it was like the tiny house builder. And it's like, that, okay, first of all, I'm not selling these. So we're not advertising anything. I'm purely giving away information. And for our channel, we want to make it as informative as possible. Bringing you to all of the different sources that we can educate you and show you the differences between a tiny home and a container home. Bring you into a couple of container homes and show you what somebody else has done. We didn't do this with the intentions of selling you on something, on, misinforming people, on trying to be salesy. It was purely us wanting to educate people, do the right thing, and tell people the right numbers on what they should expect if this is something that they want to explore. So, with that affordable housing type of issue in mind, where all these cities that it's super expensive to live in, we wanted to come up with a system that would make, energy efficient, like we said, energy efficient, small housing that we can make affordable. And down here in South Florida, I'm using all these things that I pick up, being that I've worked in construction virtually my entire life, that I travel and I shop real estate and I look at all these problems and I want to solve things. So if we could virtually start replacing single wide and double wide trailers with much more energy efficient, super strong housing, then this is something that it's my obligation to educate people on better ways and evolving housing. So that was something that I wanted to make a point of, when I'm gone, I want to make sure that I did something that was not only ethical, but I made a difference. And that making a difference is educating people and educating myself as well. That's virtually the purpose of what we're trying to do here, is come up with an energy efficient, super strong housing alternative for people in a situation that need homes under $200,000. I'm so amped on coffee right now. I've had like 4 cups.
That's the ad.
Thanks, Blackout. We just wanted to share with you guys, there's a link in the description. There's also gonna be a coupon code. Thank you guys for letting us chime in. Back to the video. So with that being said, where does our channel go from here on out? And there's only so much filming that we had time for because we have full-time jobs. We work, building houses all day long. This is fun for us. We like doing it, but we still need to make money in our everyday jobs. So for content, it was getting to a point, you guys might've seen this over the last couple of months, that we're kind of like, grasping for some content. And going forward, we're like, okay, we can't be building, $30,000 container homes for free just to show people how to do it. But what we could do is bring you guys along to our construction sites and show you drywall, show you, it's gonna be on a bigger scale, but it's the identical thing that we're doing when we're building in here, when we're building there. So virtually once you get rid of the steel welding, then everything we would show you on one of our construction sites is gonna be identical to what we're doing in here. So we can get you a lot more content, bringing you around to other things, even though the idea is for the containers. And then in the meantime, between those types of things, we're gonna try and set up as many interviews with people that have built their own or tours of extensive ones from multiple container homes. There's somebody not too far away from us that built a 9-container home. It's a huge budget. So that's not like something that's gonna be, that you're trying to build a huge luxury house and you think it's gonna be cheaper. It's not, it costs more. So, but we're gonna, show you why, and we're gonna bring you down there and walk you through. And then, find some other people that have even single container builds. Go check theirs out. Show them, show you what you can do. So with that being said, we're gonna be bringing you through a lot of other builds, educating you as much as possible on every aspect of construction, which may not be shot in a container, but you'll be able to see it on our construction sites. And we'll have to talk with our clients, make sure that's okay, but we're gonna film on as many of those locations as possible. But it's gonna allow us to really not be grasping for content and be able to show you the everyday things you're gonna run into when working on a build. In construction, whether it's material issues, truck issues, a million different problems that we come across on a daily basis, but you'll be able to see those because we're gonna have more time and more places to share that content with you. We tried to be as honest as possible about, why we got into this, what we're doing with it, and where we see it going. Do not get yourself, caught up in the fact that you think that we're being salesy when we talk about numbers or anything. That is purely for education. There's been a million people that have reached out to me to build container homes for them, and I've pretty much said, that's not what we're doing. We're a general contractor. Not to say we have had some people reach out to us that have some larger scale projects that are for the right reasons. So we have somebody that wants to buy 50 containers and they're using them to help people in the islands that need housing. So that's something that it's a scale and a basis that we can actually team up and consult and help work with that. But are we looking to manufacture single container homes for people? No, not at all. The purpose is to give you real information that is completely unbiased of what we're doing here. I'm gonna learn some stuff when I go out to other people's builds and I educate myself on the problems that they had, and we're gonna share that stuff with you to try and make this as real as educational as possible. But that's enough of my rant. So we will catch you guys on the next one. And always remember, Blackout Coffee Co., our new sponsor, link in the description. That's my salesy part. We got to fund the channel. So there'll be a coupon code in the description. But virtually, that's us in a nutshell. We'll catch you guys on the next one. And thank you, as always, for your support.